My name's Denise Williams. I'm Robert's aunt and legal guardian. Robert has been one of my babies since day one because he was one of my grandbaby's birthday, and I wanted him since day one. I've had him now for 4 years, and this was a child that I can say was honestly scarred. And he had like dull look of no happiness, you would say. He's been through a lot, he's seen a lot, he's heard a lot. And now that he's in a better place, to me, he's good. He likes school. And like I tell him, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. Only thing you have to do is apply yourself, think, and be positive.
I'm Alexine Harwell, and I tutor Robert in reading.
My name is Lloyd Day, and I'm the Executive Director of Link Ed.
I'm Cynthia Copeland, and I'm one of the special ed inclusion teachers here at Zandt-Guinn.
I'm Josh Colzo. I'm a sophomore here at TCU, and I've been mentoring Robert since last fall.
My name is Stacy Agee Martin, and I'm the Director of Communications and Development here at Fortress.
Words can't do justice to Robert, as anyone who knows him knows.
Oh, Robert. Well, we fell in love with Robert. I don't think we're the only ones that have been able to tell you that.
Robert is just one of my favorite students. He is a joy to be around. He's always positive. I can't think that I've ever seen him in a bad mood. Just a very happy, beautiful spirit.
Everyone you talk to loves Robert because Robert exudes love. He absolutely personifies love.
He's just such a mature kid. Like, he really understands people. Like, he cares about people really well.
He is so special. I have this feeling when I'm with him that he is actually a chosen, anointed child from God.
He has such leadership potential. He's just vibrant. He's just engaging. You want to be around Robert.
He loves to play all kinds of sports, and he loves to include everybody too. Whenever we're outside playing with each other, he always wants everybody to play with him and just bring smiles to everybody's faces.
He's so inclusive. He has this way of noticing, and this is so unusual for a little kid, of noticing the kids who are on the fringes and pulling them in. He wants to make sure everyone's included.
But Robert came to us, I guess it was about 1.5 years ago. We were working with Ethan, and then Ethan said, I had this little guy, and even though we're giving him a lot of tutoring support through Fortress, and he's getting support at school, and his grandmom is helping all she can at home, he's just not making the progress.
I think it was around the middle of the year when the testing went on outside of the school that you guys were involved in, and then he started receiving special services after that.
And we did cognitive testing, we did the achievement side of the testing, and our diagnostician did indeed find that Robert was dyslexic and had learning differences that were really impeding his progress in his reading.
He receives dyslexia services, and he sees her daily, and then he receives special ed inclusion services.
From K to 2, you learn to read, but once you hit 3rd, you really have to read to learn. So it's really important to get that early intervention.
We meet one afternoon a week for 45 minutes to an hour. I let him read, and then I read, and he reads and I read. He chooses what he calls God books because he just loves God and Jesus so much. But he also, being a normal, precious little boy, likes the fun books also. He loves books about dinosaurs and adventures.
So I meet with Robert once a week for roughly like an hour, and we usually either do some reading. Sometimes we do some homework that he needs to do.
And I'm doing a reading program called Leveled Literacy Intervention, and so he's working with me in that, and he is one of the better readers in his group.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm 8 years old. I'm in 3rd grade and I go to Zandt-Guinn. I like learning about math and reading.
Fortress, I mean, they have been helpful, especially when it comes to Robert and education. They pushed and they pushed. They helped me. We pushed and we pushed testing for him for ADHD and dyslexic. We got him tested, and not only did we find out, which I knew he was ADHD, and I said dyslexic, but he was also diagnosed with mild depression. And a lot of it has to do with what he's been through and what he's seen and the things that his dad has taken him through.
My dad stays in jail right now.
He had to overcome seeing abuse, physical, mentally, emotionally, verbal abuse, drugs. His dad is a drug addict. His dad is an abuser. His dad is a manipulator. His mom doesn't have a high school education.
At the age of 9, he's already seen and experienced and survived things that some of us can't imagine and will never have to. And yet, I mean, everyone you talk to loves Robert.
I think the most valuable thing that Robert gets from Fortress is love.
Love. Love.
Not just human love, but he gets the love from Jesus.
I hope that, like, if he sees anything in me, it's that he sees the love of Jesus.
I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. And Robert, of all the kids at Fortress, I think Robert buys into that and believes that promise more than any other child. And when you hear that little boy sing, "Good, good Father," you're a good, good father. That's who you are. That's who you are. And I'm loved by you. That's who I am. That's who I am. And to hear Robert sing that and to see his face, he gets it. He knows that promise is good for him.
So with a kiddo like Robert that has come from an under-resourced environment, and he has probably not had the easiest of upbringings, and he's had to learn to sacrifice a lot, and he's also had to learn to be really flexible because his life didn't exactly go the way most kids' lives would go. But if we can help him to then get a leg up and have success in his education, and then pair that with his terrific personality, then we live in a country, thank goodness, we live in a country where those skills and a good education can really raise your standard of living.
If he just continue to do what he's supposed to do, what he know he is supposed to do, and not be a follower and be a leader, Junior be fine. No matter what, I have faith in him, and I tell him, you can do anything, you can be anything you want to be.
He's just so fair and so kind. And that, along with his really vibrant, outgoing personality and his fun, loving self, and coupled with all the hardships he's been through, I think all of those things are going to come together and twist into the most beautiful kaleidoscope.
With his passion for Jesus, with his love for people, with his heart for always wanting to help everybody around him, I dream that he will be a passionate, full-time gospel preacher.
I see Robert with just an awesome testimony in the making. Just there can be so much glory to the Lord for the challenges that he's had to go through in his life already, but the way that the Lord can use those challenges and bring restoration there in ways that we can't even imagine.
I see him as a dad. It's really a loving dad who's really being a good father, and just because I see that kind-heartedness, and I just see him wanting to give that to kids. And maybe he'll be in a job like you guys where he's reaching out to other people, because I think what you guys are doing for him, he realizes, and I think it means a lot to him, and I think he would want to give back.
When I grow up, I think I would be a Fortress teacher, because it's good to work with kids who need help with their homework. My name is Robert Dean, and I'm a child of God with the ability to achieve my dreams.